Hi, welcome. Today what I want to do is give you 3 very powerful technical pointers that can make all of your playing so much easier, smoother and more enjoyable. It can remove the tension immediately, okay? I remember somebody once said to me, small hinges swing big doors. And it's a really good point because little adjustments on the guitar can make big differences, okay? I spent many years going through all this stuff. In fact, when I very first started teaching the guitar, I remember a student coming to my lesson. His name was Andy, the first student I taught properly. And I remember thinking, why can't he change chords? Why is he so tense? What's going on? I mean, this is easy. And I was just completely oblivious to what it was like to be a beginner. I'd gone way past that point in my life and I'd be like, this is so easy, why can't he do it? So it was like crazy. But I realized everybody struggles at first. But if you're struggling right now and you make these changes to your playing, you're gonna have so much more fun. I can guarantee that, okay? It's gonna be so much better. Right, like I said, I spent years studying and working out why people were struggling, and these are some of the most important technical pointers. But also in this lesson, I'm going to give you a little piece of music to apply it to as well, so you're going to have loads of fun. The very first thing then is, okay, it's your wrist position of your fretting hand. A lot of people do this, okay? They'll try and play a chord, the chord will buzz, and they'll be like, okay, so they'll press harder, and then they'll push the wrist out like this, and try and get on the fingertips, and then the chord sounds clear, and they're like, I've got it, okay, that's better. But they're in agony, you know, or at least in some pain, and the wrist is in pain, the fingertips are sore. Okay, so we're gonna nail both of those and fix both of those. The first one though is the wrist, okay? If you watch my wrist position, okay, it's bent. Not good. You want your wrist straight. But if you have your wrist straight, then you're not gonna be on the fingertips. And you're gonna get buzzing, and it's horrible, okay? So what you do, you let your elbow go straight. Watch my elbow, it's vertical, it's under the guitar. When my elbow's back there and my wrist is straight, I'm gonna get buzzing, okay? But when my elbow is there, much better, okay? So that's one important pointer you can do today. Try to get on your fingertips, but let your elbow go vertical underneath. So don't lock your elbow in position. A lot of people have it way back here, you know? I've got my forearm like horizontal. Let your forearm go vertical under the guitar, relax, try and adjust the position. Remember, small hinges swing big doors, okay? And then try playing the chord there. The second thing is something I talk about a lot, but it's so important and you cannot remind students enough of this, okay? And it's about playing with what I call minimum pressure. So if you're playing the C chord, you just play first fret, okay? Take your other fingers off, first fret of that B string, pluck that B string, okay? And then you get close to the fret, you're not back there, you're not there, you're right there, close to the fret. Take off all the pressure, so the note is dead. Then you add a bit of pressure on, and take off the pressure. Breathe and relax as you do it, and then you add a little bit on, so the note is clear. But you should find you add in and removing pressure, just a little bit. You might start out here, lots of pressure, no pressure. And then you come in and find the sweet spot where the note is clear, but you're just using just enough pressure, no more. I call it minimum pressure required. Okay, then you do the same with the next finger, which is the second fret of the D string with the middle, and then add on, remove the pressure, add it on, remove it, until so on, okay? Then you do the same with the ring finger. And it's very important, okay? That's 2 powerful tips there. Third one then is this. It's using a special tool that will erase your frustrations immediately. Okay, I'm gonna pull it out now, and it's a hammer. I'm joking. Smash up the guitar. You know, if you're frustrated, you might want to smash it up. But I'm joking. The special tool is a capo, okay? So what you do, you get your capo, put it on at fret 5. You know, if that C chord's a struggle, do this. Do it right now, okay? Capo fret 5. Use the elbow position that I talked about, okay? Use the minimum pressure tip I talked about. Play the C chord, okay? You should feel like you're not straining as much there. And then what you do, once you're good at that, after a few days or even a few minutes, you know, might not be too long, you put the capo on at fret 4. Okay? And it's a little bit more of a stretch there. And then fret 3. Can you work out what I'm going to say next? Yeah, fret 2, then fret 1, and then so on, so you don't need the capo anymore, okay? But start off at fret 5. Does that all make sense? If so, you know, leave a comment below, let us know, because that's 3 powerful tips there, okay? We'll summarize them in a moment, but I'm going to get you playing some music as well, okay? Now we're going to have some fun, because if you're in a position where you can play the C chord nicely and it sounds clear and you're not in pain anymore, great, enjoy it. You know, do you want to have some fun? Absolutely, don't we all? Right, so most of my students are like over the age 50, many retired, many are learning later on in life, come back to the guitar after decades of struggling. Some are brand new to it and never been particularly musical, you know, apart from maybe trying like clarinet in school and it not going so well, or them finding it really boring. So you want to have some fun, okay? So what you could do is try this little picking pattern, okay? Okay, and it's a nice simple exercise. I've taught it elsewhere on my channel, but I'll talk about it right now, okay? And it's a C chord to an A minor chord. Beautiful thing about those two chords is you can leave your index and middle fingers where they are on fret 2 of the D string and fret 1 of the B string. And you just move your ring finger. Okay, that can make chord changes easier as well. It's a bonus tip for you, okay? But you might already know that one. And then what we do is just playing a 6-note pattern where we pluck in the A, G, B strings, then the high E, B, G. 6 notes, so string 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's the first bar. Second bar, we pluck in A string, G string, B string. Okay, and then we move in middle finger to fret 2 of the A string. We pluck in A string, G string, B string again. Okay, then we go into the A minor chord and we pluck in the same 6 notes we did before, so A, G, B, high E, B, G. Then we're going to pluck the A, G, B, then move middle finger to fret 2 of the A string, and then back to the C. Okay, just have loads of fun with that, alright? Okay, so that's a nice little bonus tip. Create music, have some fun. That's what it's all about. But if your technical pointers are getting in the way, you know, like the issues we talked about, fix them and then the fun will come. I promise you that. You know, once I discovered these little techniques that make a big difference, these small hinges that swing big doors, a lot of things improved for all my students immediately, and it was just like, whoa, it's like lots of light bulb moments going off everywhere, and it's so much fun, okay? I remember one of my students, Francine, she was really struggling. She'd never done anything like this in her life. I mean, her life was basically working part-time, bringing up her kids, and then she was near retirement, and she managed to go like work 2 days a week rather than 4 days a week or something. So she had a bit more time on her hands. She wanted to play guitar. And, you know, everything was a big, big struggle. She just felt like she had no belief whatsoever. And when she started out, she was struggling. And that just made it feel so much worse. She was like, I can't do this. And then I was like, okay, let's just take a step back, fix these tiny little things, work on them for 10 minutes a day, and you'll enjoy your playing. Give it a few weeks, just see how you get on with no pressure. And then a couple of weeks later, momentum started building. She was fixing these things, and then before you know it, she was playing lovely fingerstyle pieces, stuff like Romanza, Blackbird, and stuff like that. And she really developed and really flourished. And it's a great story for me personally, and hopefully, you know, a little bit of inspiration for you as well. Because once you fix these things, the new doors open. Talking of doors and hinges and all that. Anyone will think I'm a carpenter or something. But anyway, the key point is you fix it, you can have fun. But also keep in mind having fun and just enjoy the journey. You know, if you want more from me, go to fingerstyle101.com/system. You can get my book and guide and video course and the whole system. That's purely on fingerpicking. If you're brand new here and you want to just get started with extra lessons and you're not sure yet, go to fingerstyle101.com/reset. You get my 7-day video course. That's going to give you a starting point to how I teach and some of the methodology there. That's really going to help you. A nice, beautiful, structured course. Well, of course, is it beautiful course? The songs are beautiful, the pieces are beautiful, but I don't know if the course is beautiful. Anyway, it's a great course. So check it out, fingerstyle101.com/reset. Absolutely free. You get to enjoy that today. Right, cheers. Bye.